In this video, I'm going to show you how you can use Claude Code to create reports and dashboards in Salesforce using just natural language prompts. So at a high level, how it's going to work is we're going to send a natural language request, something like create a report showing closed won opportunities. What we're doing in this video is connecting Claude Code to Salesforce using something called an MCP, which stands for Model Context Protocol. If you haven't heard of MCP before, basically, it's an open standard that lets Claude talk directly to your external tools and services. In this case, we're pointing it at Salesforce, which means Claude can read your data, understand your org structure, and do things like create and deploy reports and dashboards for you directly inside Salesforce. Before we jump into the demo, let me quickly walk you through what you need to set up for yourself. So as you can see, I already have Claude Code up, and it's pointing to a directory that I created for this example. I also have my free developer org already connected to VS Code. So before you continue, create a project folder for this test. I named mine report test, and make sure Claude Code is pointing to that directory. And then additionally, make sure your Salesforce developer org is connected to VS Code before continuing. So once you've done both of those prerequisites, the first step is we're going to need to install the Salesforce MCP server, which is going to be one command we'll paste here, this command right here. So pause the video if you want to type this out now. I'll then hit enter. So it prompts us for our approval. We'll select option 2. We'll select option 2 again. Okay, so it confirms the Salesforce MCP version. It asks, should I run the npm install? We're going to say yes, install it. Okay, so that's been installed. First step is complete. I've already installed this before, so Claude Code may have prompted you additional steps that you needed to complete, such as configuring your Salesforce credentials and security token. For any additional steps that Claude makes you go through, go ahead and complete those as well. Okay, so here's the fun part. This is where we're going to prompt to create a Salesforce report. I'm going to start with something simple just to show you how this works. So the first prompt is create a Salesforce report called Top Accounts by Annual Revenue that lists all accounts sorted descending by annual revenue, showing the account name, industry, owner, and annual revenue columns. Save it to a public reports folder. So I've pulled up Salesforce just to show you that I haven't created any reports yet in the Salesforce org. As you can see, created by me, there's nothing there yet. So I'm going to send this prompt now and click enter. And then for any command that requires approval, I'm just going to select option number 2. It took several minutes, but the great part is you can do other things while it's running in the background. So it says that the report was deployed successfully, shows the name of the report and the folder that it's in. So we'll navigate back to Salesforce. So I'll go ahead and refresh the page. And look at that, here's our new report. So again, not too robust. An admin probably could have made this in 5 seconds. And the reason it's only showing one record is because this is the account I own in this test org. But what's impressive is it did get the columns correct. If we click on the filter, again, it shows my account, so I would want it to show all accounts in this example. Another impressive thing it did pick up is it is showing annual revenue in descending order, which is something I did prompt. Let's go ahead and create another report. So the next prompt we're going to use is this create a Salesforce report called Q2 pipeline by rep, closing this quarter, using the opportunities report type. Apply these filters. So it's going to apply all those filters and then show these columns here. And then it's going to save it in a sales report folder. And the reason I'm showing you it here is because I'm going to paste it down here below. So we'll click enter. All right, so after several minutes of processing, our new report has been created. We're going to jump back to Salesforce. And as you can see, we have the new report created. All right, so a little more robust than the first one. We have the opportunity owner, opportunity name, account name, amount, close date. And if we look at the original prompt, it does show group rows by opportunity owner. And then it states show columns for opportunity name, account name, amount, close date, stage, and probability, which it does up here. So again, not too complex of a report, but it's still something that Claude Code's doing completely on its own, using only the prompt that we provided. We also had some filters in here. Stage is not equal to closed won or closed lost. The close date is within this quarter, and the amount is greater than 50,000. If we click on the filters, you'll see that the close date is the current fiscal quarter. The stage is not equal to closed won or closed lost, and the amount is greater than 50,000. So it did configure all the filters correctly. So if we navigate back to VS Code, all right, so we've seen that Claude Code can create reports. Let's see if it can create a dashboard. I'm going to copy and paste the following prompt. Create a Salesforce dashboard called Q2 Executive Pipeline Dashboard with the following components. And then it lists these 4 components here. A metric component showing total open pipeline value, a donut chart showing open pipeline split by stage, a bar chart showing quota attainment by rep for Q2, and a table component showing the top 5 accounts by open opportunity value. So I'm going to go ahead and send that prompt now. And while that's running, I just wanted to show that there are no dashboards created by me currently. So after that prompt's done running, we should see one dashboard here. All right, so that took several minutes, but it's done processing. So it shows the dashboard deployed successfully. This is the name of the dashboard, and it shows the layout down here. So these are the 4 dashboard components it created. It does say that there were substitutions made. For component 3, the closed one by rep current fiscal quarter, there was no quota attainment because there's no quota data. Since the prompt that I used was an example, there was a possibility that not everything would be created, since we are just using a Salesforce developer org that has test data in it provided by Salesforce. And then it also changed component 4 for the open ops by account, where it didn't add a date filter so that the top accounts reflect all open pipeline, not just Q2. So if we navigate back to Salesforce, and let's refresh the page, you'll see we have the Q2 executive pipeline dashboard. So as you can see, it's not perfect, but a lot of that has to do with the fact that this is a test org with limited test data. So if we look at the prompt that we had sent, we wanted a metric component showing total open pipeline value, which it does show right here. We also wanted a donut chart showing open pipeline split by stage, which we have right here. We also requested a bar chart showing quota attainment by rep for Q2. That's this one right here. If we click on Edit to view the dashboard component, click on this pencil icon, it did correctly select Display as Bar Chart. So if we had the appropriate data in this test org, it would display as a bar chart. And then lastly, we requested a table component showing the top 5 accounts by open opportunity value, which is this component right here. If we click on the underlying report, you can see that there's only one account in this org. So that's why it's only showing one account on the dashboard. So although the output wasn't overly impressive, the fact that we were able to create both reports and dashboards with just natural language is pretty impressive in itself. So as the technology improves over time, the quality of these reports and dashboards being generated is only going to increase. So that's all I have for this video. I hope you found it helpful. Thank you all for watching today, and I'll see you in the next video.